Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a little bit because I've been going through a lot, but it's okay, we're good now. So I decided to post on my Instagram for you guys to ask me questions so I could do a Q&A since I've been here for a little bit. And I'm just gonna answer your guys' questions. So let's get started. So the first question is straight to it. What's your least favorite part of the DCP? And multiple people ask this. I'd say my least favorite part about the DCP is how tired I am all the time, but that's just a given because you're working so much. Also, if you hear that noise in the background, that's our washer and dryer. But yeah, just being exhausted is very hard, but you just kind of have to push through because you're only here for so much time. So you just got to make the most of it. The DCP is what you make it. I will always say that because some people have negative experiences, some people have positive experiences, but it's kind of the mindset that you go into the DCP with. Like, you have to make it the best you possibly can. The next question is, what is your social life like during the DCP? My program starts in August. So my social life, it's kind of, like I said, it's what you make it. So I do have friends and everything, but you only get 2 days off a week, sometimes one. So you kind of have to make time on your days that you do have work. If you and your friends have more like a coincidental morning off, then make plans and then go to work, because you can't sit and complain that you don't have time to spend with your friends, because you kind of have to make time for it, because not everyone's gonna have the same days off all the time. So that's how social life works for me. I always try to make time to hang out with my friends no matter what day it is, and we make the most of it and we have lots of fun. So the next question is, do you know any DCP people doing the International Disney College program? Now, funny story, so I work at the UK Pavilion in Epcot in merchandise, and the reason is because the International College program is currently not open right now. So all of us CPs and full-time and part-time are filling in for the different pavilions, because if you're not from that country, you are not allowed to work there. But because the International College program is not open right now, they need people obviously so that they can keep the pavilions open. So we all wear the flag shirt and the white shorts, and that's just what we do. But we hope that it comes back soon. I think it's coming back soon, but I have no idea. So yeah. The next question is, was it easy or hard to make friends? For me, it was easy because my roommate Riley, she brought me along to meet the people that she's been hanging out with, and so I clicked with them instantly, and so I kind of just became part of that group. But I would say go to the welcome event, talk to people, just do your best and try to find people that you click with, and don't put too much stress on finding people before your program, because I know I met a lot of people before the program started and I don't really see them that much. So it's just kind of like when you get here, that's when you really start to make friends. But yeah, the next question is, it's not really a question, but it says favorite encounter with people in the parks. So I would say for me, it's mostly at work that I do have like really cool encounters and stuff. I've met tons of people from the UK at work that come by and stop at the pavilion, and they like to talk about home and stuff, or they compare like the pavilion to the actual UK, and it's really fun and really cool. I also have had multiple of you guys come up to me at work and say that you watch my videos, which is really cool, because I don't really put faces to number until people actually come up and they say like, I actually watch your videos, which I think is very cool. So I think that's like my favorite thing about my encounters at work and in the parks. The next question is, what has been your most magical moment this far? I will talk about this. So I was at work and these 3 ladies wanted to try on a shirt, so I let them try it on, and they were being really sweet. We were talking, having a conversation. One of them happened to ask me how long I had been working, and I was like, oh, I've only been here since January 10th, and they were like, oh my gosh. And they were saying that I was a really good example of what a cast member should be, and I complimented her pin lanyard because I love pin trading, and she was like, oh my gosh, take one. And I was like, oh no, I couldn't. She was like, no, for real, I have a bag. So then she dumps out the bag on the counter, and I find a Figment one, and I was collecting Figments because of Festival of the Arts, and it's a meaningful pin and a meaningful character to me. So I was like, oh my god, I'll take that Figment. And so then we like parted ways, and then I went to help with the situation that was going on with like something was lost, so I had to wrap it. And they came back, and she had brought her mom, and she was like, we've been coming to Disney for 30 years. We've had the privilege to see it before and after COVID, and the cast member morale after COVID has been like kind of going down. And she was like, we see hope in you as a cast member, and just anytime you deal with someone difficult, just think of what Walt Disney would do. And they gave me 2 more Figment pins. One of them I already had, but I didn't have the like heart to tell them I already had it, so I took it. And then they went about their day, kept working. Then later on that shift, this little girl and her little brother came in with their, I'm assuming, grandma, and we just were having a conversation, and I saw that she was wearing Figment ears. So I was like, oh, do you like Figment? And she was, the grandma was like, she loves Figment. She wants to be Figment for Halloween. And so my brain was like, oh. So I was like, do you have a pin collection, or are you starting a pin collection? She's like, no, I don't have pins. So I pull out the Figment pin that I already had, and I gave it to her, and I was like, well, now you can start one. And I was like, it was cool that that magical moment that happened for me happened so that I can make one for someone else. So I think that's my favorite memory so far, working in magical moments and stuff like that on my DCP. Next question is, how do the blockout dates work for going to the park, and how do reservations work? So you link your self-admission pass to your My Disney Experience app, and you through there can click on make a reservation. And when you get access to our hub thing, it's like our Disney stuff for work and everything, that's where you can go look at the blockout dates for cast members. And for most of March we're blocked out, and on the days that we aren't, it's very hard to find a reservation because everyone's trying to make one. So I would just always make reservations as far in advance as you can, just so that you do have opportunities to go. For all the March arrivals, sorry, but like there's gonna be very little opportunity during March to go to the parks. But yeah, that's how it works. Next question is, how much free time do you have? So normally we get 2 days off or 1. It depends on the scheduler. We don't really know who the scheduler is. It's just kind of like schedules drop and that's it. So let's say I went to a JoJo Siwa concert last night, had a lot of fun. So I, months ago, asked for an ADO, which is like a paid day off, or I asked for a specific day off. And you have to do it pretty far in advance in order to get it approved. I got waitlisted for yesterday, but I somehow got it, so I got to go, and it was really fun. But that's how it works for if you want family to visit. You would go through the hub and do ADOs, ask for ADOs on the days that your family's coming to visit you. If you don't get them, then you can trade shifts with other co-workers and stuff and figure it out. But it'll make sense once you guys get here. It's just a little hard to explain. But I promise when you go through training, everything will start to make sense and you'll be good. Someone asked, will you do the DCP again? I've been thinking about extending just because I don't know how the whole part-time, full-time stuff works yet. So I will do the DCP again. I think it's kind of like in the don't really know right now. But I know, all I do know is that I'm going to stay in Florida. That's what I know for sure. Just don't know how. We'll figure that out though. The next question is, if friends from home want to visit, would they have to get a hotel room, or can they stay at Flamingo Crossings? Unfortunately, they can't stay at Flamingo Crossings. You can't have any overnight guests. They can only be overnight guests if they stay at Flamingo, or they're doing the DCP and they are living at Flamingo. So even if you have friends that are off-site that are doing the DCP, they can't stay over. So they're gonna have to get a hotel, which sucks, but that's just how it is. So the next question is, how many days a week are you working, and is it always in the same place? I work 5 days a week. I haven't had a 6-day week yet, knock on wood, but I'm trying to think. It's not always in the same place. I either get scheduled at the United Kingdom Pavilion, which is my home location, or I'll get scheduled at International Gateway in the World Traveler Store, which is the second entrance / exit of the park. But those are the two places that I go between. And you can always pick up with merchandise since it's a universal role. You can pick up anywhere in the parks, in whatever park, whatever store, whatever resort, you can pick up anywhere because it's the same training. So that's what I really like about it. I have yet to pick up anywhere other than Epcot, but I'm going to start doing that soon and start taking pictures of all the different costumes that I get to wear with those different locations. The next question says tips for packing. I actually have a packing video on my channel. I have a packing video on my channel. I'm gonna put it up here. I think that's where it is. And you can watch that because that's where I go into depth about what to pack and stuff. So the next question is, what were your expectations going in compared to what you know now? My expectations were very low. I was expecting my least favorite job, really bad roommates. Like, I went in with the expecting the worst so that if it was good, then it would be like, wow, that's amazing. So expectations, I was ready to be working long hours. I was ready to be tired. I was ready to be, you know, working and working and working. It wasn't necessarily let's go play in the parks. There's a lot of people that come in here with that mindset and they end up terming because it's not what they expected. So if you do want to do the DCP, it literally is work all the time, and you have to make time to have fun and go to the parks and stuff. So if you don't like that, don't do the DCP because you will end up terming. So just putting that out there. It's a lot of hard work, but it is very worth it, to me at least. The next question is it hard to find time to film and edit? I'm trying to get into streaming. So lately it's been hard for me to film. I'm sitting here filming right now. It's been a very rough 2 weeks, but I'm getting through. It's not really Disney DCP related or anything. It was just more of like friends and stuff, but we're getting through and everything's fine now. So I'm going to start making a lot more videos. It's also hard because I am blocked out of the parks, so I can't really make a lot of park vlogs anymore, for March at least. But I'm gonna try and make as many videos as I can. Please leave ideas down below of what you guys do want to see that isn't park related, just so that I have ideas to film. Someone said, I was thinking about applying for the program. How does it all work? So applications drop in a certain season, so it's called application season. So for the fall, for the spring, they usually drop in the fall, so like August, September. And then for the fall, they drop in like January, February. You would apply, you fill out the application. Once the application goes through, you will either get stuck in submission or you'll get your web-based interview, the WBI. You fill out the WBI and you'll either pass or fail. If you fail, you're done. You can't be in the DCP for that season. And then if you pass, you just kind of have to wait for your acceptance or you basically have to wait for your acceptance or your rejection. But that's how it works. There used to be a phone interview. There's not anymore. I say bring back phone interviews because it's just, I think it's necessary. The next question is favorite thing about the DCP. My favorite thing about the DCP, I don't know. I do like being on my own. I like being out here. I like being away from home. I really needed to get away from home. I like it a lot out here in Florida. I feel like there's so much more for me out here than there was back home. I feel like everyone knows me for who I really am, and not with just old opinions. So I really like it out here. I like being on my own, and working at Disney World is probably the best job ever. It's not for everything, for sure, but I really enjoy my life here. And I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to Texas. Just putting that out there now. Not going back to Texas. If I do, it's because I had to. We'll say that. 2 more questions. One question is, who's your bestie? Katie Booth asked this question, and obviously back home my bestie is Katie Booth. I love you, Katie. Marvin is still on our fridge and Milo is still on our fridge, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, Katie Booth is my bestie. you should go follow her on Instagram. I'll put it on here if I'm not lazy. But yeah, my camera cut off. I miss you, Katie, and please come visit me soon because I have 3 tickets right now that I can't use because they're blocked out. So hurry up and get here so that I can use them during the summer when there's no blockout dates for the tickets. And then the last question is, what has been your favorite DCP experience? For me, it was definitely watching Harmonious for the first time. I cried. It was very emotional because I just thought, wow, I work here. That's crazy. I watched them with Ryan and it was probably the best day ever for me, really. But yeah, I'm back. It's a little bit later. I just realized I have more questions. So we're gonna answer these questions. I have 4%, let's do this. So we have an array of questions from the same person, so we'll read them really fast. One of them is, wanna hold hands down Main Street? Do you got a mans or nah? How are you so beautiful? Not a question, I just need to tell you I love you. So yes, Jordan, I wanna hold hands down Main Street. I don't got a mans. I don't know how I'm so beautiful. I just am. And I love you too. Someone asked, how's my mental health? Lately, she's been a little rocky. For the most part, like for the first couple of months of the DCP, I was great, I was doing great. Last 2 weeks have been a little rocky, but we're good now, it's okay. So I would say we're good, I think. Someone said, not a question, but I literally binged your videos and I love them, I'm so happy for you. Thanks, Grace, love you. I literally haven't seen you in a long time because I left freshman year of high school from JP2. Relationship culture at the DCP. There really isn't one. Someone asked relationship culture at the DCP. There's not one. My roommate is over there. But I just thought it was really funny. So someone asked, why did I quit from being a dancer? Because it destroyed me. That's the simple answer. Socially and mental health wise. Jordan says, no words, just vibes. Felt that one. Do you have a special someone in your life? I do not. Any recommendations, or someone said, any recommendations for clothes on hot park days? Try to wear as little clothes as possible. Crop tops, shorts, all the things, because it's not only hot, but it's humid, so it makes it more hot and sticky and gross. What's your favorite and least favorite thing about the DCP? My favorite thing is all of the amazing things that I've been able to experience here that you can't experience anywhere else. My least favorite thing is how tired I've been from working, and drama is not fun either. You get your fair share of drama, like at work, with friends. It's fun, it's fun. Other than that, I love it here, and I would never want to go back to Texas. No offense to Texas. Okay, that's all. Now I'm done with all my questions, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.